Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, folks. Welcome to the Afiq and Amin or Amin and Afiq podcast. We are going to be talking about taking breaks today. Oh my God. Amin's a business owner. We're both business owners. He works with business owners. I work with regular run-of-the-mill Joes. And here's the very common thread I've noticed. A lot of us, especially, men, business owners, fathers, we tend to not take breaks. Kan?
Cool.
So, I mean, tell me, when was the last time you took a break, switched off everything, cut off from the world, turn off your phone, buang into the ocean, relax kejap, let's take a break. When was the last time you actually did that?
I think for me, it's a trial and error because I realized I was burning out a lot, very, very bad burnouts, right? So I realized that in a week itself, I would need to take at least 1 day break, which I dedicate my whole of Saturday as a relax day or a break day. So there is no work. I will touch no work. I will not on my laptop for work. I will not entertain any WhatsApp for work. Nothing of the sorts on Saturdays, because I realized that because we go hard on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday I take a short break, right? The whole day I take a short break. Sunday I take half a day break. Then the second half of the day, usually in the evenings, right, I will start to plan for the week after. That's usually my schedule lah.
Look at that laugh. We both know you feel alamak. Kata tak work. Then end of the day start work.
Yeah, not in the evening. So I was always plan like what are the things to take note for me to, because I have a weekly briefing on Mondays with my team, right? So I always state what are the things I have to bring up, talk about, clear. Okay, because work is work, but sometimes we might miss out lah.
Yeah. No, I absolutely feel you, brother. I absolutely feel you. I do the same thing. Monday to Friday, we go, kan. Then Saturday, I will say, okay, it is family time. It is family time. I'm going to turn off the phone. Never works. Okay, I'm going to stop checking email. Never works. I'm not going to think about work. Never works. It's always on the ball. We're thinking about. And frankly, for me, the toughest thing is really to take a conscious effort to say, okay, no, today really be present, be with the kids, be with the wife, be with the family, turn off the brain. And it really, if I'm not mindful about it, I'm not aware about it, sometimes it's like, hey, I'm unconsciously already starting to work. It's damn tough to just put aside the phone, not reply to messages. And it's that sense, because, I mean, it's not that we're workaholics, but I believe that we have a sense of duty, right? We have a responsibility to the people we're taking care of. And my wife said one thing, say, yeah, you want to take care of your clients, you want to take care of your employees, your staff, your team, but don't forget to take care of the people who matter the most.
Yep.
Wow, take care of the people who matter the most.
Exactly.
Sometimes I force myself to really, I give my phone to my wife, put inside your handbag, dah. And then I go play with the kids, be present, watch shows with them, even, sit down on the couch, tengok TV. We've been enjoying this kids show called Bluey. And it's about a family of dogs. We just recently started it. It's an Australian kids TV show. Animated as a cartoon. It's about a family of dogs. The father is called Bandit, I think. And two young children, two young daughters. Bluey is one and Bingo is the other. And here's the thing, I was watching with them, and the best part was the dad was very present. The dad stayed in character and played with the kids. And as the kids were watching, my kids were watching, and I was like, watching the kids show together with the kids, I also learned something. That father was, very present, very involved with the kids, and I got inspired.
Exactly. I think it acts as a form of a recharge also, right? Sometimes we just want to go.
Budak lebih penat, brother. Mana recharge more tired.
No, sometimes
fathers out there, if you're a father, you know what I mean.
As a business owner, I think we also need to realize that we need to recharge in a couple of ways. So because I learned this when I learned some certain soft skills that I learned certain courses, right? Where you need to understand the different kind of fatigues that you're feeling, like physical fatigue, mental fatigue, emotional fatigue. Because all the quote unquote, right, the combat dose is all very different. One, you need rest, right? Another, you're like emotional fatigue. Rest does nothing. Okay, so you need to deal with the core of things, right? But mental stress and kind of things, how do you deal with it? It's not the same as everything just sleep. No, only you get recharged for physical. So I think as business owners, right, we need to understand that it's important that we take breaks, right? Not because we are lazy, but because we need to recharge our ideas. Because sometimes we're just going recharge a bit at 10%, go again, 10% go again, 10% go again. Whereas if we really take the dedicated time to rest, I feel that we can come up with better ideas. Because remember, it's a marathon, not a race, right? It's not about who reached first. It's about who can sustain the longest.
No, yeah,
You can make
right.
a
You
million dollars next week, you die.
I love the analogy, brother. You said, for example, your mobile phone, handphone. Today handphone, okay. Now it's 20%, almost dying already. Oh, the notification out. You plug it in. Plug it in, okay, you wait 10, 15 minutes to go up to 30%. Okay, unplug, carry on, carry on. But then you go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Then you cannot do as much. Plug in again. Then go up another 10%. You go down, 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 down. But
Correct.
when you plug in your phone and you really let it rest and recharge, in fact, you shut from a mobile phone perspective, you turn it off, you plug it in, it charges faster, and the components don't wear out as fast. Can. So you just leave it there, let it fully charge, let it rest, let it cool down. You take out, you find that your phone actually works slightly faster, it lasts for longer. It's
Yes.
same as us.
Exactly. Back then I studied this, but one of my lecturers actually told me this. For battery cells, right? Because it's alive. You see, these cells are alive. If you keep charging at, let's say, 98%, 99%, and you pull it out, not 100%, that 1% over time will eventually decay. And it will die, quote unquote die. So you can only charge fully at 98, 99, 98, 99. You can never go back to that 100 because that 1-2% has ultimately died, decayed and die. So I think that is also the same for us humans. I mean, where we want to go at 100%, but we always say, okay, never mind, 97 is good enough. We tell ourselves it's good enough, but it's actually not. Over time, we get desensitized, and that 2-3% means nothing, and it means lesser and lesser over time. So we need to have a balance, lah. We need to have a check. We need to understand that there is more to life than just working. We have goals and aspirations, but while we are working, other things are also happening around us.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely. You say that, wow, they hit me right here, man. They hit me right here. My son is turning 5 in the next couple of months. Actually, we can count. And I think about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, almost exactly 7 weeks, he's gonna be turning 5. And that snuck up on me so fast. So fast. Kelip mata, budak ni dah 5 tahun. Oh my goodness, where were we 5 years ago, right? Where were we 5 years ago? So he just came out, and have we lost that extra 1%? I like to say, like last night, I was so tired, we had a whole day out. And because Sunday is a day typically I reserve for some meetings. The nature of my work, I meet clients on weekends sometimes. So I block off Sunday afternoon to do meetings. And so yesterday I had 3 or 4 meetings back to back. My wife took the kids out, then they came back, had dinner together. Then had some TV time. We're watching Bluey, as I mentioned. Then my boy was asking me, Daddy, can I have a massage before bed? So one of the things that I like is I spend time, put them to bed, give them a nice massage. And
I still want a massage, bro.
when the children, they're small, easy to massage. When other people ask, penat, brother. So, and he was asking me, Daddy, can I have a massage? And I was telling him, baby, I'm actually very tired today. And how about this? How about you lie down and close your eyes first? I'll come in a few minutes to massage. Then here's the thing. I came in like 10 minutes later. I already tucked him in. I came in 10 minutes later. Budak tu dah tidur. And then I thought to myself, wow, I missed the opportunity to give him all because aku dah penat, So
eventually it'll only become a memory.
one day he will say no. One day he won't want the massage anymore.
So what's this? Get off me!
Right. So my friends, my fathers out there, those who have older kids, teenagers, they always say, oh, once they're a teenager, they don't want to talk to you already. So part of me macam wasted lah. All I had to do was spend maybe 2-3 minutes, rubbing him down, talk to him. But instead, I was just so tired. I was like, tak apa, later. Later, budak tu dah tidur and I missed the whole opportunity.
Exactly.
That moment will never come back.
Yeah, that's right. Because I think we need to realize that the same amount of effort that we put in our business, we need to put the same amount of effort in everything else. It's not the same. Like, because when we question ourselves, right? So does our kids, our family mean lesser than our business? If the answer is no, then why are we putting in the same effort? Right? It's a food for thought. right? So if it really means that much to you, the same amount of effort should be inputted. So if
Yeah,
we are not, we just taking things for granted, right?
correct. Correct. That's the thing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if we're not taking breaks, and when I say taking breaks, I don't just mean, and this is a bit of reflection on my part, I don't just mean like, okay, we take a breather, 10-15 minutes, drink a cup of coffee, da. But I really think that what you say, from emotional, physical, intellectual, even, um, we have to be able to very, very consciously say, this is rest time. This
Mm,
is where I, take effort and control how I rest.
mm,
How I rest. It's not just sleep. Sleep is very important, right? Physical fatigue is real. We wake up,
mm.
oh, penat. Sometimes you wake up tired. But that's the physical part. The emotional part, after a long, tiring day, I don't want to think about work. I don't want to think
Rejections,
about
rejections.
rejection from our last episode. Then I was like, how do I consciously rest? How do you consciously rest? Say from physical, emotional, intellectual, how do you consciously rest?
I mean, first and foremost, I think as a business owner or as a human being, we tend to take things for granted and we tend to assume that things are all the same. Where else we need to realize that they are not. We
Hmm.
need to first have the awareness of why am I tired, right? Is something bothering me? Like because like you said, physical fatigue is the easiest to recuperate. You can recover just by a short nap, sleep, tip it off, right? But what comes to emotional, when it comes to mental, you need to first be aware that you have emotional stress and mental stress. It's not the same thing, but somewhat similar, right? But you first need to be aware that you have emotional and you have mental stress. Because if you're not aware, then you assume that you're okay when you're not. Then you realize that my bandwidth of rejections is used to be this much. Over time, it starts to get lesser. I start to short circuit even after one. It means you are actually under a lot of stress. You've never gotten to release before.
Yeah.
Then that's why I say to business owners, right? You also need to search for yourself. You are searching what's best for your business. All of us are, navigating through the world of business, right? Trying to get to a certain point, certain milestone. But at the same time, we also need to navigate our own lives and our own emotions as an adult, which I think we often neglect.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And I think this is also something that is a trait or something that I commonly see in guys, dudes, in men, a lot of time we're on the go, and I always say this, I always notice we tend to neglect, men tend to neglect ourselves first.
Mm.
Kan, tak apa, I do it for the family. Tak apa, I do for the team. Tak apa, I do for the business. Tak apa, this one, I will take a back seat. Some people say, I'll sleep when I die. Right. And
Right.
the worst part is when we as the key man in that sense, when we as a
Mm.
key man, we are the when we fail, and I don't mean fail as in we do something that is wrong, as in we collapse, we are burnt out, or we just cannot go on anymore, and we are down, and then we realize everything else falls apart.
Yep.
Kan? Like
Yes.
when I get the man flu, on the odd occasion I will fall sick. I get the man flu. Oh, I tell you, the house kecho, daddy is down. Oh, the kids scream. My wife, when are you gonna get better? When are you gonna get better? I'm like, and so on that note, now you mentioned it, right? How do we put in? How do we not only mandate rest for ourselves, rest days and consciously rest, but how do we also ensure that on the occasion when we are really down, that everything doesn't go to heck just because
Mm.
we are down.
I mean, in everything, for me, I have a personality trait that I always find contingency plans, right? I mean, you have to account for sick days. You have to account for downtimes, right? For God knows what reason the internet is down. For God knows what reason the software is down, right? For God knows what some people leave. So you have to have plans on top of plans, right? The last thing you want is to be unprepared for something, to be honest. Because if you have time to go, you should also dedicate certain time to think of contingency plans.
To stop,
Which
stop.
I yeah. To one stop to also think of, if X and Y happens, what's my solution? right?
Correct.
To dedicate. The same time that we have to be conscious and dedicate break times and to dedicate times for rest for ourselves, right? We need to be conscious of it. Because if we don't have the basic discipline of having rest, then ultimately we have ourselves to blame why we aren't as maybe as creative, as successful and all of that.
Yeah, you
We
said
start
it.
to attack, inwards, right? We start to implode, I say.
Yeah, no, you absolutely said it. When we are down, we are the only ones to blame.
Mm.
Ah, when we are not taking breaks, when we are not taking care of ourselves, when we're not eating properly, sleeping properly, exercising properly, coping mentally properly,
Mm.
educating properly, and then when things fail and we're the cause of it, we
Mm.
are our own damn fault.
Yes, exactly. You're right. If we are the leader, if we are the leader of our team, we are the one who has the vision to move forward, to execute strategies and all that, right? We have to account for ourselves that we have to lead by example. If we know we need rest, so does our team, so does our children, right? So does our family, right? So I mean, it's a good practice to look at things on a 30,000 feet or 30,000 level, right? And try to see things and take things into a better perspective. Are you really going to be that efficient? Are you going to be X more productive if you spend that last 1-2 hours burning that midnight oil?
Yeah,
Will it have that such an impact? Most of the times, if you think about it, not really. It's not
yeah.
really. It's not worth the trade-off.
We call
Right?
it diminishing returns. Can
Yes.
concept of diminishing returns. Just because you work longer doesn't mean you produce more. There is curve where you're performing well, performing, but just because you're working longer, that productivity actually starts to go down. Because
Exactly.
diminishing returns. Yeah, so
Exactly.
which is why I advocate. So let's talk about it. What are 3 ways that you recommend any guy out there, whether it's a father, business owner, employee, whatever lah. If you're a guy and you're a dad, you're a single, what are 3 top ways that you can recommend somebody to take breaks?
So basically, the exact specific thing to take breaks is actually highly specific and subjective lah to that person itself, right? But always look at these things. Physical sleep, just have a short rest, you'll be a-okay, right? But when it comes to mental and emotional stress, right? Look at the things around you. Looks at the things that makes you smile, right? Try to remember why you first started this and try to remember things that keep you going.
Money.
Money is money, but eventually, money for whom? Yourself?
For me, you put a pile of cash on your table, smile.
Yeah, so eventually you ask this, if I were to put $10 billion right in front of you right now, right? If I subtract everything else around you, will that make you happy?
Of course not. Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Because we humans have the inclination to, keep it in the family itself. It's never for ourselves, never truly selfish. Right? Because being selfish gives you the a sentiment of loneliness. Right? So for business people out there, right, dedicate your time to one, especially your family, right? Two, for yourself. We often neglect ourselves, right? You cannot tell somebody to take care of themselves when you, as a business owner, you're getting sick, you are short fuse, you have a anger problem, right? Due to stress, due to feeling tired and all that, right? It's not fair.
I know for a fact that when I'm tired and I'm grumpy and I'm annoyed, it gets worse and worse and worse. See? Then when daddy wake up, he smile. It looks
Exactly.
I'm okay.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
number one was what? Number one, be aware of yourself.
Yeah. Be aware of yourself. Be aware of
As you need, right?
your needs lah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Number two,
Number two, I think have your own way of recovery.
mm,
Can be can as simple as just spending time with your family, can be going out, playing games, whatsoever. Who am I to judge, right? It's not certain things. Up to you if that's your way. Although I'm not condoning, up
haram,
to you.
haram,
Haram, yes, haram be.
haram. And
Right?
what's the third way? What's the third way?
So a third way is actually to actually have a friend or whatsoever, right? To confide in someone of your mini therapist, right? Just to share. The thing like business owner, like you said, right? It's a lonely journey. When you become a business owner, you truly understand the meaning of you're alone in this. Because if nobody's gonna find you your sales, it's not gonna magically appear at your doorstep. the phone is not gonna like magically ring with, "Hey, I want your service." Nothing is gonna do. Nothing's gonna happen of that sort, right? So confide in somebody who might, another business owner that you can confide in, right? Join networking groups, right? MCS, BNI, ASME, and all the whatsoever, right? Join similar like-minded people, right? Maybe you need to be in search of that someone. I mean, if you're already married, I don't mean that someone. I mean someone for you to share your journey with, right? Someone who at certain level have empathy. That's the
Yeah.
most important.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely. That is lovely. That is lovely. So number one, figure out yourself. Understand what kind of rest you need. You know what I mean? Whether it's emotional, whether it's physical,
Deep.
intellectual. Figure out, understand where we need the rest the most. Right? Number one, understanding ourselves. Number two, actually doing it. Actually go and look at something makes you happy or helps you recharge, helps you rest. Figure out what you need to fill that gap from number one.
Exactly.
Number three, of course, find a friend to share it with. Somebody you can trust, somebody you can, even if both of you need the same break, go together. It's always fun when you go together. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Come jog together. Together, have a chat, a confidant, somebody who's got your back, somebody you can just, unload to seek support. So important. And I think for me personally, I would add this. Yes, you can understand yourself. Yes, you can figure out you need this kind of rest. Yes, you got a good support system. But it's all tak berguna, doesn't make sense if you don't actually do it.
Yes.
Take action. Right? Take action. A lot of us guys, we plan. Okay, okay, dah. Should we do it? I don't know.
True.
So, guys, dudes, bros, all my men out there, all my men out there, understand yourself, understand what you need, find your friends, find your help, and actually go and do it. Look at your calendar, say, okay, this day is just for daddy, for me to recharge. No matter how it looks like, go and execute, go and do it.
It's just as important, yeah. They need to understand that taking breaks is just as important as having a strategy, executing, right? Going out there, in the Chinese words, jogging. It's just as important. It's just as important.
Absolutely. I love it. So today really, I think we've covered a very, very tough topic to talk about, to be frank. I think a lot of guys I know, very tough to say, just take time for yourself. Everything's for the family, for my work, for the people depending on me. So think about it. Be selfish for once. It's okay to take care of yourself. Right?
Exactly.
Be selfish, take care of yourself, because you take care of yourself, you are responsible for yourself. Then you can be responsible to the people around you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're down. How can we be responsible to the other people?
Exactly.
Take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
I think beautiful topic today. Very, very nice. So when is your next break coming?
My next break is coming this Thursday. So my company is having a short retreat at Cherating. Fuck, man. Ikut dalam bus. So short break lah. Yeah, because all of us are actually quite fatigued after the the COVID, right? For all business owners, we're trying to get back into the rat race and all of that, right? So I think it's a time that is, I think it's pivotal for my company also. Paramount that we have some sort of bonding session, right? Just rest, nothing about work, right? Although there is certain elements of work there in terms of strategizing, vision, and all that, right? But at the same time, it's something to reward yourself with, that life and work, it coincides together. It's not two separate roads. It intertwines. That people need to understand. If your life, something happens to your life, it will affect your work life. If something affects your work life, it will affect your personal life. When people say, "Oh, you need to distinguish it," it's very hard. It's intertwined, right? Yeah. So I mean, to everybody out there, right, know that it's what every business owner's journey, right? That we go through this, and by the same time, there are always avenues. If you search hard enough, you will find an avenue. If not, just talk to us.
Drop us a message. Hey, so
Drop us a text.
out there, let us know in the comments, what support do you need, what help you need, or in fact, just share with us how you're going to be taking your next break.
Yes.
If you do have any tips or suggestions on how, both of us and everybody else watching this can take a break and just relax. Or,
Yes.
Dome, let's go together, take a break together. Let us know in the comments below. Yeah, share this to somebody who you think really needs help, needs a break. And let us know in the comments below what else you think. Okay, so fantastic episode today, I think. Yeah. I don't know when we're gonna take a break. And so, folks, alhamdulillah, thank you for watching. Let us know how best we can support you. Do share this, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you at the next one. This is Afiq from Modern Muslim Finance, and that's my awesome bro. Apa nama dia?
Amin from CMO Media Lab.
Yeah, we'll see you all at the next one. Assalamualaikum.